I'm Sean.
And I'm Chris. And today we're going to look at yoga mats.
Because of course, if you're watching this video, chances are you're probably really tired of using the studio's grimy, grungy, stinky little mat, and you're ready to buy a super awesome mat of your own for your yoga practice. Your very own. But there are so many options out there, and we, as yoga addicts, junkies, and shopaholics, have so many mats in our personal collections to show you that we thought we would indulge you and kind of take you window shopping through yoga mats, because that might be helpful. All right, you ready?
Right, Sean?
Ready.
Let's look at mats.
Actually,
Okay.
Sean has the most impressive yoga mat connection of all of us.
Mat to yogi ratio.
The mat to yogi ratio here is...
Sean needs to buy a minivan just for all his yoga mats. I mean, there's a lot. It's like a family of yoga mats.
It is. It's getting a little Iyengar.
It is. It's a lot. So Sean, what mat do you have for us first?
How about the Manduka Pro Sapphire?
Which
The
one's
Sapphire.
that?
Oh, we
This
have
one?
this.
Flagship.
This guy? The flagship mat. We're starting with the best of the best, apparently.
Very special.
Okay, so we're...
Oh, come on, bring it back over, Sean.
Yeah.
Bring it back over.
And Sean actually has a really fancy mat bag here too.
Sit down here.
I
Sit
want
down.
to hear
You can't
about
see
the
your
mat
hand.
bag.
It's the new high-tech, gear-oriented bag. It's not canvas.
It isn't. This looks more like a backpack kind of material.
It's kind of nylon.
It's got some...
Ooh, it's got the red interior. It's like a car. Look, it's like a fancy gray
got
Mercedes with like the red upholstery. Look at
new
that.
car smell.
I like the little rivets down here.
I
So
like the
that,
gnarly
like,
smell out.
it breathes,
Yes.
right? Check this out.
Water bottle.
It's like a water bottle. This looks like you could put a pool cue in there or something. This is like a
Oh my God, you
pool.
can even have your wallets.
This is like
Cell
a
phone.
billiards
So if you
yoga mat.
really want
Okay.
to interrupt your yoga class, you could sneak your cell phone into the studio here, and your teacher will forever love you.
And your fellow students will really love you.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the mat. Let's roll it out.
Let's.
This thing is... I kind of like to touch this.
Ooh, it's very substantial. So tell us about your mat.
It's basically a Manduka Pro, but it's the color is a limited edition, so it's a little bit prettier than some of the other
New mat smell.
black gray ones. It is brand new.
Awesome.
So anyway, I got it at the Yoga Journal conference in New York.
Yes.
I met with the
Cool.
Manduka people.
Great.
And it's like, it's really grippy, like, even as a new mat though, I mean, what sometimes, just so you guys know, I mean, 10 years ago, if you were like buying a new mat, for like a solid like month or two, literally, after you bought the mat, what would happen is you would roll it out and you would slip, like your hands would like slide, so you couldn't stay in down dog unless you
This
had,
is
like,
not even when you're in hot yoga. This is anytime.
This is just like, because it was like just nasty, gnarly,
gnarly.
whatever.
Wet
And it was,
funky.
there was like
Film.
a film on it, and that doesn't happen with the fancy mats. You don't have that problem. You can like buy this today and do like an awesome 15-minute down dog on here.
And what's this mat? What does this mat cost around?
I believe this one lists for $105.
$105,
Yeah.
not $108. Okay,
No.
$105.
No,
but maybe the
Manduka
tax, could eat it out. So
Doesn't chant.
that's a Manduka Sapphire.
And
Limited
the
edition.
grip surface for the floor is like, has a little bit of a difference from the grip surface for you. And it's very thick. Like this mat, I don't think is like going to wear out very quickly. Like another thing you'll find, like if you buy like a really thin mat from like Ross Dress for Less or whatever, which I've done, is it will wear out. Like you'll get.
You'll see through your mat. You'll start to see the floor. You'll start
Yeah.
To
Well, you
kind of
start
layers
getting
thin.
those little foot and hand spots on there.
Yeah, which can sometimes give it your own little vibe, but this
Yeah.
probably won't do that, I'm imagining.
Great mat.
Very nice mat.
Great mat.
Nice mat for taller people, or if you're practicing on a wood floor and you want a little more cush, this is very thick as well.
And they make an extra long too.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes.
I really like the bag though.
That's a great bag. This is like the Mercedes bag. It's
Yes.
gray, and the interior.
It is the
beautiful.
Porsche of bags.
It is. I mean, the fancy strap.
Porsche.
This is
It's
nice.
beautiful.
This is a beautiful mat.
Yeah, I have mat bag.
Manduka Sapphire. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay,
Next mat. What's our next mat?
I don't know.
How about I grab my go-to?
Ooh, I like it.
This is
Yeah.
my. This
Let me
is.
roll
Let's
this up.
roll it up.
So like,
Off with you.
Chris was saying a little while ago that it's really nice when like one of your students or friends rolls your mat up for you. That's like this is sort of yoga etiquette 101 now. If you really want to be nice to your fellow students and give a beautiful gesture of new friendship, roll someone's mat up for them. So.
And make sure you know the way they like their mat rolled. Everyone likes it differently.
Yes,
so
they do.
this is my go-to prana mat.
Show the bag first.
Let's look at the bag. It's just a very simple bag. See now, Sean has his Mercedes mat, and this is more like an old Chevy. But it, you know, it runs and it's fine and it's nice. I like it. So the bag's just very basic canvas bag. You know, a little hole on top. Throw it in and go. Throw it over your shoulder and go. Very lightweight.
A couple of nice benefits to this. Exactly.
You can squish it up.
You can squish it up and put it in the wash.
You can put it in the wash. I gotta say, never done that. So it's probably a little gamey. So here we go.
So you can wash this.
I've been told you can wash that. Now this is, someone rolled my mat backwards.
Okay.
So let's roll her out. This is a little longer one. And this is a Ashtanga mat. This was a Dave Swenson special. And
so the name of this mat is like a Dave's. Is it?
It's like an you know how prana. I love prana. I love your products, but you're changing the name of your same stuff like every year. So this one was like a big black Ashtanga whatever prana mat.
Okay.
And it's not the
It wasn't actually called the David Swenson special.
But it was like David Swenson inspired or something. They put on. Yeah, and that's what they.
It's by Prana.
It's by Prana. So it's a nice big, you know, it's a manly mat. It's long. It's black. It's grippy. My big 200-pound body has, you know, no issues, and I feel groovy on it. So the great thing with this one is for a longer body, you can really, you feel solid because you know when you're a 200-pound guy and you're moving around on these little tiny mats. You're afraid you're going to rip them apart or something, especially if you're jumping through and jumping back and stuff. So great mat, and actually for as strong as it is, it's really lightweight. So Sean just had his beautiful Manduka Sapphire Mercedes, and that thing's substantial. I mean, you could even
it's heavier than this.
You could do curls with it to work on your biceps. His mat, mine would be more like little tiny dumbbells. It's really lightweight. It's pretty thin.
It's
but it's
softer too. It's like a soft mat.
Yeah.
You know what? It just popped into my head that also a longer mat would be good for, even if you're not like 200 pounds and tall and over 6 feet and everything, like if you're like, you know, like regular, perfect, awesome sized person like me, then this mat would really still be cool to have because if you get into like partner yoga or something,
great
like,
partner yoga mat.
You could even fit like 2 people on here and do partner work rather than have to join up mats and do that whole geometry thing. So, very
this
cool.
is a nice one, or if you're a big tall person or longer person doing something like pigeon or whatever, you don't have half your body off of the mat.
Yeah.
So it's for me this is a good happy medium because it's substantial, so it's strong. I feel like it's going to grip the floor. It's going to hold me, but it's also not going to be 50 pounds to throw over my back to walk out with.
True. So you don't need another yoga class as soon as you leave.
Exactly. So your back's like all out of line. You're like,
it's kind of like the kid in school with the books. And
exactly.
So how much did this mat set you back?
This one, I want to say it was about $75. Been a couple years, but it was about $75, $70. And the mat bag was, I want to say this was like $18 a few years ago. I've had this for a while. But it's just basic, and it just works, it fits. This one just kind of sits in my car all the time.
Right.
This is the car mat. What
I really like about this, and people don't often think about this when they're buying a mat bag and a mat, can we roll this up a second? Is the fabric on this little mat bag that's like so floppy and has washing instructions right here.
Okay, I get the picture.
Is you know, it's kind of got it's like a slippiness to it. So what happens is like the mat doesn't get stuck. It just slides right in.
And it goes.
Which is always a good thing.
And little cinch string.
Yeah.
And you're off.
Yeah.
So just very basic mat, bag, and a very good mat. So
lovely.
Nice one.
I like it.
Laura, what mat do you have for us today?
I only have one because I'm visiting from out of town, but I like it. It's my favorite. I mean, this is the one that will travel with me. It is, it's heavier because this was my venture. It's heavier. Here's my face. It's heavier, and the cool thing about it is it doesn't. This was like my get away from the nasty chemicals and plasticky smell mat. That was the reason I bought it. It's by Gaiam. Of course, make all sorts of really wonderful products. And
ooh, look at that mat.
This mat is rubber, and it's pretty. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a grooved mat. They, as far as I know, are selling this mat in like this blue hue, melange, and then they're also selling it in
Someone
like
had to say melange at least once today.
and then they're also selling it in like a yellow and red and orange. So it's like you can have your water going on, or you can have your fire going on, depending on the colors you pick out. And I actually know a really cute couple in Flagstaff. Hi, Keelan Riley and Kelly Crawford. And they're this really sweet couple, and they've got both. Like, Keelan has the fire one.
But Keelan's will have glitter all over it.
It will. That's true. And it kind of clashes with
you
the
can
pink.
tell there's a part, just like glitter. Okay.
Exactly.
We're digressing.
So Keelan and Kelly have like the matching mats. It's like very cute as the couple. But yeah, so this mat is cool because the stickiness in here does not come from a plastic, it comes from rubber. So like all of these little pattern designs on here are actually natural rubber. So the mat has this like little wobbly floppy thing going on. You know, kind of, I've worn this mat I've used it for probably 3 years now. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's a little bit of wear and tear just on the rubber. And like the rest of it really doesn't have any. So even after 3 years, this mat is in really good shape. Of all of the mats that we have seen thus far, I think this is the cheapest.
Is this the cheapest?
It's the most accessible.
And it comes in more feminine colors, and we're showing very manly colors. This is the
pretty mat.
This is a pretty mat.
And I don't think it even set me back $40. I think it was like $35 or something. I could be wrong on that. We'll look it up and like you know. But it's a very you know where I bought this?
Where did you buy it?
I bought this mat at Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Noble?
Yeah, they
got a Barnes & Noble mat.
Yoga section, and they have guys.
And they had a mat, and look how long have you had the mat?
3 years.
3 years. So 3 years using it 5-6 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
And what about, has it gotten dirty? Have you gotten all sweaty? Is it still okay?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing. Like it does take on your personal aromas, I suppose. It's a little bit tricky to clean. But the way that I do clean, but it's also quite absorbent. So what I tend to do with this mat to freshen it up is I have like a spray.
It goes to the bathroom for like half an hour?
No, I just like
stands in front of the mirror. How does it do that?
Lavender and tea tree oil.
Okay.
Because those are like, they'll go in, but they're naturally like antibiotic and that's not a word, like antibacterial oils. So lavender and tea tree are good things to spray on it.
Very nice.
The only thing I will say that I kind of have difficulty with this mat, where's my bag? Hang on, I'll show you.
Stand by for the beautiful orange bag.
Stand by. So, hey, this bag, cool bag, is like, it's a limited edition from Yoga Styles. And on the front here it says Live Grounded, and I have like a matching shirt. Susan Nichols owns Yoga Styles, and it's got a really big front pocket. So like, I do like a lot of integrated, so I keep like all these exercise bands for my students in there. And like, what else do I have in here? I've got like a little like wash thing, and Zico was sponsoring lavender little wipes. So I was like, I can even keep like a yoga journal in here. Like it's big enough for that. So I like the front of my
Big enough to fit your Iyengar props.
Yes. Yes, exactly. I can put like miracle balls in here, or Yamuna body rolling stuff, or whatever. Little clip here, which Chris has had as well. Very noisy. But that being said, the only issue that I have with this type of mat going into this type of bag, I will show you real quick. Because this is rubbery, and it's natural rubber, which is why it is sticky, what happens is it takes a little bit of patience getting it into the bag, because what will happen is it'll kind of get stuck as it goes down in, and you know, so it's not like, it doesn't just slide right in like the whole prana thing.
So it could require like an extra maybe 4 seconds to put in your bag. I mean, this is a big deal.
This is 2011.
You know, your 4 seconds is a lot. Add that up over time. That's a lot of
It
time.
tests your equanimity.
How much RAM does your bag have? The other thing about it is actually for a mat of its size, it's quite hefty because rubber is heavy. I kind of like that though, but yeah. The pros and cons.
The pros and cons, and this is a Gaia mat you got from Barnes & Noble, and it cost about
$35,
Around
$40,
$35,
something like that.
$40.
We'll double check that.